Yes, it's me, Market Vendor here again today. So I want to deal with this subject about planning and planning permission and whether people open businesses and start things without planning permission. Now, the reality of the situation in Barbados is that we just get tied up in a lot of red tape and a lot of bureaucracy. Everybody's blaming the government. The Prime Minister should do this. The Prime Minister should do that. The Minister should do this. The Minister should do that. Want to know, though, that they got something called a civil service that is really run the government, the operations of it, the day-to-day management of it. So, the government could decide on certain strategies at a macro level. Prime Minister could outline his vision and all that kind of stuff. But if the people below, the people who got to do the work on a daily basis, who got to go through the files, who got to go and do the checks and so on, if them ain't on the same page and them ain't on the supporting the same vision, then you got problems. You understand? So when I read in the papers, that you got people that are waiting for permission for as far back as 2005. 2005 to start something. Can you blame them when they go and start it without the permission? The people say that sometimes it's better to, beg for forgiveness. Go and do the deed and then beg for forgiveness. You understand? I heard that there so from a contractor a long time ago. He did building a swimming pool. And he tell me, Market, if I wait for this year to get approved, you're going to never get that swimming pool out there. You're going to go old and retired and go along to the great beyond. He said, better we do it and pay the $50 fine or whatever it is later on when they come and inspect it. I said, well, just make sure, Skipper, that you follow all the rules and you're within the boundary lines and all the other things that you tell me you're supposed to do. I really don't want all the details. I want to come for Market. You understand where I'm coming from? But it really is a problem. And if we want to invite people to come here to Barbados, people say all the time, Barbados is a place with enough red tape, And the red tape strangling me, And look, when you call certain offices, oh, Lord, let me tell you, don't hope for the to answer that telephone, If you ain't got Instagram or Facebook or some other means of getting the numbers or getting the information out to that, look, let me tell you something, And yet they got some other departments that has worked real hard, is cooperative and all the rest of it. It seemed to me that, this town planning department, it used to be called the town and country planning, but right now everybody come to town, so it's all one country. Planning and development, boy. It seemed to me that then there might be short of resources because to set some parameters, some timelines, and so that once a project going, it got to be up and running. You got to get the approvals within a certain time period, unless there's some impediment that has to be made known. It ain't right that people got to wait years to be able to get, planning permission. You think they're going to stand, an investor going to stand out here and wait for years to get permission? So you can't have one law for the Medes and one for the Persians. You understand where you're coming from? So you can't got some projects that can start fast and get up and running, and then you got somebody else and then won't get a hold back. You understand? So you could be a little more empathetic and sympathetic with the people who trying to create employment for people and who trying to do things by the book, but running into some red tape. And look, don't point your government, your fingers at this government. I say so because it happened with all governments in Barbados. If we can be honest, over the years, there is a problem. And we got to get to the root of that problem. What is the root of that problem? What is really causing all of these delays? What is it that has caused for all of these different studies and all of these impact surveys and this and that and the next and the third? If we serious about wanting people to put money in Barbados and to put development in Barbados, we got to be able to get through some of this red tape. Otherwise, these big projects that we talking about ain't going to happen. I'm only a market vendor. That's my point of view. I gone for now. But you have a blessed and a wonderful day. And do not be caught loitering on the people's premises. Make sure you go in there, put down your money, put down your application, and find out where you can get an answer on it. Market gone for now. Have a blessed and a wonderful day. You hear?